I used to think tire chains were just some old school winter gadget that had no place in a vehicle in the summertime. Man, I was wrong, especially when it comes down to bigger, longer, and heavier vehicles. Stick around, this whole video is on tire chains for my Sprinter van. I even hit up a premium chain maker who swears you can install them in under 60 seconds. Let's test that crazy promise.
Woo, look at this. That time of year, guys. The cold. It brings joy, laughter, the use of heaters, and for the winter, I start carrying around my snow chains. Stick around on how you can make a Sprinter a lot more usable during the winter. I'm going to share with you guys some stories. Winter's here, and I'm going to be heading to the mountains in my Sprinter, and it's a two-wheel drive. So if you guys notice behind me, I got some chains installed on the rear and front. And this whole video is going to be about chains, some things that you should definitely be aware of, and some of the reasons why I don't buy four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles. So we got the Sprinter, and it's ready for the mountains. And some of the conditions there were pretty extreme. Let me just tell you guys that, near the Colorado Rockies. And the kids are going to get off in about a week. And I wanted to make sure that I was ready. We got chains on the front and rear, and you guys might be asking yourself why. And I'm going to answer that in this video. So make sure if you guys like this kind of content, give the video a thumbs up. And let me go and flip the camera around so I'll show you guys the chains, as these are a premium chain, and we're going to talk about some of the downfalls of using the wrong chain or cheap and inexpensive chains, and some things that can actually happen. All right, guys, so I installed the chains. I don't know if I got the very first one in under a minute, but it was pretty fast. So these chains claim that they could be installed in less than 60 seconds. And honestly, guys, I'm no expert when it comes down to installing chains. So I've set this up for 1 minute and 5 seconds because I got to put on my gloves. And let's see if I can make this happen. First thing to do, undo the buckle. Buckle is undone. Slide this behind. Grab the buckle. Now, don't let the buckle drop. And make a connection. And bring that chain around. Now the buckle needs to be dropped. I need to hit the square button here. Pull this out all the way. Put this in place. And basically center the chain here. And hit this. Okay, guys, so I'm going to say it's possible. I had a little delay on mine. That was actually good. Now, I didn't tidy this up, so I should have tidied that up. But these are self-ratcheting. What that means is when the vehicle starts moving, this will just tighten by itself. And obviously, if I was in a time situation, I would try to go and center these. So if you're asking yourself if under 1 minute is possible, I'm going to go ahead and say yes to this. Because if I did this one more time, I could definitely do it in 1 minute. Let me drive the car forward so you guys can see the auto ratcheting technology, seeing what happens. All right, let's go forward a little bit. Let's talk about why quality chains are a must. And the very first thing that you need to realize is if chains fail because they're very poor quality, you're going to get yourself in a whole big mess and you're going to ruin your vehicles. As the wheel is spinning, the chain breaks off. It's going to go and damage the side, and it could go break glass, which means you're going to be extremely cold that night. It might even total your vehicle, really depending on how fast you're going. Using the right chain is definitely important. And these chains that I got here, they're from a company that is going to be a little bit hard to pronounce. I think it's Neo Chia Evo.
And these are the HYR series snow chains. This is going to be one of their better chains. And they also sell lighter duty chains, which I actually installed on the other side here, just so I can give you guys a quick comparison and let you guys know if it's really worth it to get a premium chain. So this is going to be another line that they have. And if you guys notice, still a great chain. However, it's not as heavy duty. So right here, we got a little bit of a smaller chain. Compare this to this. This is the HYRS series. And wow, look at that, guys. This chain is just a lot beefier. And that makes me feel better since there's going to be a lot of weight. And this vehicle is extremely long. So this is a 170 extended. If you guys notice, I got a little tiny boo-boo right there. There's some things that happen when you're driving a larger, longer vehicle like this that is heavy. And that's why I'm a little bit more cautious. Definitely cheap chains can damage your vehicle. If you guys are asking yourself why I didn't just go buy all-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive vehicle, well guys, it comes down to money. Oftentimes all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicles are going to end up costing you anywhere from $3,000 to about $12,000 more. On top of that, the insurance is a little bit more, takes a little bit more fuel, there's more maintenance. And about 99% of the times, we don't actually use a four-wheel drive. And in the case of all-wheel drive vehicles, you're going to end up needing a lot more repairs, such as differentials. You're going to change the fluid more often. And if you get a flat tire on a vehicle, you're going to have to replace all the tires, not just one. So that's something a lot of times people don't consider. And these particular tires on this vehicle are not cheap. I think they're probably going to cost me anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 for a set, depending on the brand that I get. And I can't just walk into the local tire shop and just put any tires on here, because I think they have to be rated for a certain weight capacity. And having a blowout on a vehicle that is taller like this can be very scary, as this thing is almost 10 feet tall. And I never want to go through that. I will stick with my two-wheel drives and will carry the chains. During the summer, I went to New Mexico and then I went to Colorado. But while I was in New Mexico, there was a flash rain. Guess what, guys? Flash rains in the desert are not good. And there was a little dirt road. I asked some locals if I should go on it. They said yes, but it was a little extreme and the back end of the vehicle slid out on me. And I happened to meet a really nice person that got me out of the mess. And I was really surprised on what happens with the rear end of a longer vehicle when you hit some muddy roads. And if you guys are asking yourself, how did the four-wheel drive vehicles do in this area? Well, a lot of the Subarus and all-wheel drive vehicles, they were getting stuck too. And I saw a lot of the locals actually using chains. And I'll show you guys the footage of that. And the biggest takeaway that I got is this vehicle cannot be treated like a smaller, lighter vehicle as of the sheer weight. And when I am going to be traveling with it, whether it's on muddy roads or on snow, I don't only have to worry about the rear, I have to worry about the front. Because it's so long, if I was going down a mountain pass, and some mountain passes actually have a turn. And if I don't have chains on the front, I think what's going to end up happening is the back might give me traction. And long story short, guys, I'm going to lose control. So there's no way that I'm going to be going towards the cold without having chains on both axles of my vehicle. And if you guys are wondering if you can use different brands of chains on the front and the rear, the answer to that is no. They both have to be the same exact brand for them to work. So I can't mix the higher quality chains with the other smaller chains that I showed you guys on the other side of the vehicle. Normally removing chains can be quite a hassle. They've actually made it quite easy on this, and I think I can get this under 30 seconds. Let me show you guys. So all I need to do is begin off with pushing this button. This will get the tension off there. Get that ready for this next use. And right where this connector is, I'm gonna go and reach back there after I undo this and undo that buckle. Buckles undone. Now I can just go forward or reverse, and these are off. So as long as I have this blue box out of the way, the rest is all cake. Get them ready for their next use. This is the part that most people dread. How easy was that? Tucked away nice and neat with the gloves, instruction manual, extra links. And it doesn't make all kinds of crazy noises. Honestly, guys, these are amazing. And the ones that I showed you guys, they're really good quality. They didn't leave anything to chance. I like the fact that they carry different lines. So if you have a lighter vehicle, the HLN series might be great for you. Because of the longer Sprinter here, I'm gonna stick with that HYRS series as it's really good. So figuring out your tire size is really easy. Mine's right here. And you want to pay attention to the numbers 245, 75, 16s. This is my tire size. And you could also get the tire size if you open up the driver's side door, and it will let you know right here. 245, 75, 16s. So you might be thinking to yourself that you're going to skip the chains and just pay the extra 3 to 12 grand more for an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle, and you'll pay that added insurance, maintenance, possibly deal with the mechanical failure down the line. And I got news for you guys. So even if you have an all-wheel drive vehicle, you're still going to need chains in certain areas. So if you want to go across the country and not have to worry about anything or basically getting stuck in a bad situation, this is something I recommend. So places like Washington and even in California, they have regulations in place that chains must be carried during certain seasons. And in Colorado, for example, you have to carry chains from September to May just because they get sudden storms and people actually get stuck on the major freeways in the Rockies, and they basically will go and shut down the whole freeway. So I-70 through Colorado will get shut down. And I know this, guys, because it happened to me. And for the cost to benefit ratios, chains are really nice to have on cross-country trips. And when I was younger, I had a Mazda RX-7. It was a rear-wheel drive twin-turbo vehicle. And I was driving across the country by myself. At the time, there were no phones. And guess what, guys? I hit some black ice. My vehicle went into a ditch. And I was low on gas. So I couldn't even leave the motor running. As soon as I turned the ignition off, the battery basically started draining because the snow will cool off the battery. Everything got dim really quick. So I knew I only had one chance to start that vehicle. And luckily, I had the common sense even back then because I had a good teacher in high school. His name was Mr. Harvey. This was cheap insurance that he taught me about. And I used those chains so many times because I later moved to Buffalo, New York. And basically, I put the chain on one wheel and I got myself out of that ditch. Without those chains, that car wouldn't have gone anywhere. It might have actually saved my life. I don't know what was going to happen that night, but it was definitely cold. There was nobody around, and I was stuck. All right, guys, so the day is winding down. I've gotten a chance to play with these chains. I installed them on all four wheels, took them off, got them back in the original container. And honestly, guys, this was a lot easier than I remember. And maybe it's because it's not negative 30 degrees right now, and I got a chance to actually practice in my driveway. And this is something I highly suggest that you always do. Try installing them yourself right then and there in case you got the wrong size. You could figure that out. Or if there's something that's not working correctly, you can get it handled before you're stuck in the mountains and you end up having to pay some gas station $200 for some very poor quality chains that might damage your vehicle. And I'll leave you guys coupon codes or anything else down below, and as well as at the end of the video. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up. And as always, guys, make it a great day.
Okay, don't get me wrong. Men are great in a lot of things. But I just don't understand, why can't they just admit to certain things? Like, you have your whole family with you, for example, and you're going down this path, the road that is muddy, and you may or may not make it, but you still decided to go on it, and then you get stuck. Here's us being stuck on the road. The view's not bad.
And maybe she's right, but the key takeaway in this video is that chains are not just for the winter. I'm gonna have these with me on all road trips. If you can, get yourself some sort of small traction device, a shovel. If you have the option, get a tow strap as well, and you will be ready to tackle any challenging conditions that come up and have lots of fun on the journey of life.